Part two, why did for-profit claim companies become popular? First, I want to hear your reason why. Put in the chat why you think these for-profit claim companies, some of them refer to them as claim sharks, why do you think they became so popular? I just said the VA was hit or miss. They didn't inform veterans. I gave a lot of reasons, but you may have a different reason. Is it because of the way the VSOs wasn't always consistent, or you just didn't know what to do? Is it your fault? Let us know. Thought they already did. Why did they become so popular? They would be a federal VA liaison. Okay, if the federal person work at, he say they, now let's get on task, family. Answer this question. Why did the for-profit claim companies become so popular? Brother Charleston say the money. Big Rock say because veterans were getting screwed, underrated, or denied. Would you disagree with that, John Oliver? Answer the question, sir. I agree with Big Rock on this one. Now listen, Benny G said difficult to navigate the claim system. All good reasons why these companies became very popular. Sean say they filed a vacuum in the system. Okay, they filled the vacuum in the system. I'm sorry, yeah, they filled the vacuum in the system. So there was a need, and they provided the needed help. Now listen to Benny. They were speaking directly to veterans who needed help with the VA claims process. All this is true. Jay Oliver says, oh, look at them. We getting up to almost 50 people in the chat now. I knew this was going to stir something up, family. Jay Oliver say, one-stop shopping for a quick answer and no stress. They going, hey, we here for you. Sit a while. Put your wallet and purse on the desk and let's talk. Now listen to October Vet say, lack of ability of capable resources. Okay, from who? Now OT says, dang, YouTube creating all this confusion and unneeded anxiety. Blame it on YouTube. Say it's our fault. Oh, we know it wouldn't be right unless our brother come in. Our brother John Michael say, veterans couldn't get the desired outcome, so they paid for the evidence. Sorry, that's facts. So you say, my brother, who agree with him? It's because we couldn't get what we want. We were proud and children. I'm just stirring up a little bit. We love you, John Michael. J. Oliver say, John Oliver, what the hell? I think me, John, what's it called? He said his own name. He meant to say John Michael. Now, I don't know. OT says VBA, VSOs hit and miss due to the lack of training because some trying to help. Now, listen to what Tide say. Increases. Tide Me Too said increases. People want an increase. San Diego Marine says we wouldn't have known if the VA rep slipped up. Okay. Now, OT say, and the vets has nowhere to run or to go. We didn't have many options. Come on, family. We talking about this thing tonight. Okay. Carp DM says, we call you Car. It's all about the money. Vets were eager to get rated. Okay. So some blame the veterans, some blame family. We getting into this thing tonight. Now listen, Bro Typist says, I feel they became popular. Veterans wouldn't. I feel they became popular. Veterans couldn't prove their conditions because the veterans couldn't prove their conditions. Okay, we have 43 likes and 43 watching. Family, hit that like button if this information is informative, and subscribe if you find information that is beneficial to you. We do want to win your subscription if we can. John Michael say these companies are why we will lose our benefits. I hope it ain't that bad, but we shouldn't be punished for what they do. See, that ain't fair, for bad actors. Why we should all have to suffer? John on some Mo BS. Everybody don't agree with you, John, on that. Now, OT say VA claim process is too complex, but made it look easy. These for-profit companies did. Come on, I want to know y'all opinion because we got to get this off our chest. Now, Charlton Zimmerman says capitalism is at its finest. Then John is on some more BS. John, you got people, they thumb down in some of what you said. Now, everybody show love and respect to to Texas Mountaineer. Please do that. Come on now. Good evening, H-Town, from deep South Texas. Well, I'm down here deep in Southeast Texas. So love to you, Mountaineer. Everybody show love to Mountaineer. What evidence can you pay for? See, now I agree with that. What evidence can you really pay for, John Michael? If you're missing a leg, you're missing a leg. But I guess he's talking about mental health and other things that's not objective. They got to be able to see the disability. You remember Lieutenant Dan. Benny G say, promising and guaranteeing 100% rating of a significant increase. Wow. Subjective conditions. Okay. Who needs to calm down now? John, LO. John, oh Lord, say. Oh, he got you. He was on your side. That's good. Y'all can be supporting each other and clapping back at each other. Grace Smith say, vets baited because the vet assumed they were going to be honest help. Some people say that. Why is that, John Michaels? He said because of subjective ratings. Some things will have to be, he did answer it down here. Subjective conditions. And let me see where we at. Fam, I'm trying to get to all y'all things. Y'all not here. Let me get, I got to pull up on the full screen. They use slick, flashy YouTube videos that suck veterans into a false sense of success if they go with that claims company. Well, they do put out some knowledge too. Now, that's what throw me off. Some of them have some good knowledge, but then once they get you there, they might do the bait and switch. Now, listen to MCM says, it's a really complicated process. Shoot, I do it every day, and it's hard to understand. VSOs need more and better training, but claims companies aren't the answer. Tell us why. You can find someone to help you with claims. Why do you think they're not the answer, sister? Let us know. 66 say, like hiring a lawyer, give him your evidence and statement. Let him argue your case in judicial language the court understands. They can't come up and represent you, though. They say they help you prepare. John Michael say, some people don't like hearing the truth because they benefit from it. Oh, shots fired. You being messed up. I ain't saying nothing. I'm sure I'm gonna just say you meant that in your best Christian attitude. If y'all put that symbol, I will not be reading it. Okay, that's between you and that person. Grace said those veterans with medical evidence and service connected who went to those I guess claims companies, those companies took them to clear, and they did veterans dirty. So the veterans are the victim here. Okay. They getting back at our brother. Okay, they put that symbol, so they laugh when y'all put that symbol. I'm gonna let y'all talk back and forth. Here, when you put that symbol to somebody, we just let y'all talk with them. Now, North, what is that? North Idaho guy. The VA would put their hurt on these claims companies if they did a massive expansion of in-person claim clinics, like they do in the national organization main meeting. Okay. So, okay, Rio Hondo, okay, Texas. I know you down there. Look at the border. I know you could. Yes, indeed. I know you you're in the valley, right? So Jay Oliver says the process is so daunting. The average Vietnam and World War II veteran were functionally illiterate. Some may have been, but that was the case. Some. Many were farm girls and farm boys and farm girls, miners, factory workers, longshoremen, and laborers. All right. Say, okay. I'm sorry. Oh, y'all good. Y'all good. Nothing but love here, family. Evening, Texas. Yes, indeed. Now listen what John Michael says. I'm trying to catch it because I don't want to be behind on y'all stuff. Y'all chat. Y'all so interactive. Do you know when that last video was done, we had 300, a day later, 350 watch hours of people watching it. So yeah, we had almost a 1,000 people that watched it, but 350 watch hours. That's what matters, because viewers mean they can come and go in 2 seconds. John Michael say paying a medical provider who is hired by a claims company that gets future business by how they rate a veteran that's a conflict. I agree. It can be. Okay. Solaris. I think I got it right that time. Said hi to all. Everybody show love. What's a subjective condition? They saying like mental health, PTSD, that is based on what the veteran reports. So they saying it's subjective. Many things. Pain is subjective. John Michael, why do I have to explain that? Oh, don't be all salty in here. John Michael, that's concerning. Solaris, I think I got it right. OT, you still have to prove the dang thing even with the private DBQ, which is true. And they say, hey, there's Solaris in there. Now listen to what Solaris says. I think a lot of veterans are having problems finding all of their medical records. That's a big problem. Speak on that, brother, John Michael. We ain't trying to beat up on you too. We enjoy you. You very engaging. Take it easy on our brother, John Michael. Yeah, that's our brother. He need to take it easy on us sometime. Everybody say, yep, you're right. And Grace talking Solaris, and they say, hey, Betty, and I'm trying to get everybody speaking. Yes, from West Virginia. From God, Virginia. Okay, let me go back up here. When I leave, then I get some are victims, some aren't and paid to play. Yeah, some are victims. I'm gonna have to start at the bottom. Okay, we have Aristotle. We said checking in from Katy, Texas, down the street. I'm in Richmond. Then we say the hardest part is service connected. Yes, indeed. If I miss some of y'all, I'm good. Everybody speaking high. I'm trying to catch everybody, but I'm going to get back to the information. Okay, fam? Some of y'all try to catch up with your information. So why did for-profit claim companies become popular is our question here. Let us continue. People buy from people they trust. People don't trust the VA. Some people don't trust getting something free from a VSO. They feel like if they pay for it, it's more important. What say you about this statement? People buy from people they trust. So if they say, hey, they gonna help me, that's why I put the money in there. Is that saying too much? Now we're gonna get here. Oh no, I need to put it where y'all can still see that. Now listen to MCM. Why do you want to give someone 20% of your money to do what you can get for free? I agree. I got mine free from my VSO, so I have to agree with MCM now. But I'm biased because of my experience. I think people like Raider HQ and you are doing the best service for veterans by showing them how to file their own claim. We want to personally empower the veteran. And thank you for making that statement, MCM. That is so incredible. Thank you. Man, I hope I ain't missed people's stuff. And Solaris says, I know I'm missing a large chunk of my medical file, and so far I can't find where they hid it. Some veterans may have been hoodwinked by claims companies. Now listen what 66 say. There are companies that are a big help and some are fraudsters, just like anything else in life. Real true. Now, OT says, in a way, we, the vets, are to be blamed too. Okay, I'm listening. Due to our lack of knowledge in the VA claims process. Can you blame us? I just didn't know. I didn't even know there was even VA claims benefits to look for it when I first started. But at some point, I got to take responsibility, right? Now, listen to what 66 say. I understand that H, just comparing to, they research and things and help you structure your claim. So, Lars, I think did I read this one already? I read that one already. Now let's OT say, oh yes, they can do the veteran lawyers accredited ones can help. Now listen to what Texas Mountaineer says. Some did the work, but greatly overcharged the veteran. Some didn't do the work, took the veteran's money and hooked them with shortcut. What is that? I'm like, shortcut something. Let me get down to the bottom because I know y'all saying stuff here. Now let's see what it say. The mad researchers say some VSOs are great, whereas other VSOs aren't worth a darn. Veterans got tired of dealing with the bad VSOs who weren't knowledgeable or consistent. But people trying, they had to start somewhere. Okay, VSOs is moving the goalposts. Okay, and say, MCM, you are the exception. You show up. Yeah, you show accountability. And I appreciate that. Now, let's see what Arister says. It's possible. I've been out 13 years, filed my first claim 1 year ago today, and was awarded 100% permanent total. Everybody show congratulations to Aristo 5. About 4 days ago, and I didn't know anything but watch guys like this help me do it myself. Somebody, if you did it yourself, put DIS. Do it. Oh, no, put DYS. Do it yourself. If you did your claim yourself, do it yourself, your current claim. All right. Congratulations to the do-it-yourself. Show some love. Ask the do-it-yourself. Congratulations. Welcome to the Hundo Club. Now listen, Brother John Michael say, you are essentially paying for an artificial rating with a claims company. What about when the VA sends you to a CMP exam? They're paying that examiner. Is that artificial? Are they trying to do something? Now, just my opinion. I'm just asking. Now, the real Sir Gemini says, if there were enough good VSOs, there wouldn't be a false need for some of these claims companies. Now, we're going to, all right. If I missed some of y'all, forgive me. We're going to get on with it. All right, let's get with it. Family, we got good information. The people are willing to pay, though. Let's get to it. Family, do you think that people that go to claims companies are doing it the easy way or taking the easy route? Do you think that they're taking the easy way? Put easy in the chat if you feel like people that are going to these claims companies are taking the easy way out. Let us know. Aster say thank you. Hundo Club, Aster. Yes. Do it yourself. So Bro Typist did it himself. So did OT, did it themselves. 46 likes and 43 watching. Thank you so much. Who think when they do these claims, go to these claims companies, they take an easy way out? I agree with John. Okay. Welcome to the Hundo Club, OT says. Artificial ratings. Oh, somebody, Sean, you just triggered Sean, whoever said artificial ratings. Sage Town North said, I agree with you, sir. Yes, indeed. Now, John Michael says, if you agree, you lack integrity. Oh, no. Oh, Lord, don't say that. Who think they're taking the easy route when they go to these claims companies? Now, it's a blessing to have a definitive claim that can't be denied. Some vets don't have it like that. They need to produce evidence. Even an examiner has to consider that they can take some research serious. Okay. All right. Easy but expensive. Oh, easy but expensive. My God. Then the real Gemini says, if the claim companies can deliver, it's the easy, expensive way. Very true. Okay. Let me get where I can see you. From MCM say, I think there is no easy way out. If you submit your own claim, go through a VSO or go through a claims company, the VA is the VA. It's not easy. Come on now. Who would say, Better Bob say easy and expensive? Now, Big Rock say for John, the allegation effect is a bias based on who pays. Say Paris Island Marines. Here, respect. Now, the real Sir Gemini says, but the claims companies can deliver. Then it's the easy way for the veteran to do it by themselves. Okay. If they can't deliver, okay. If they can deliver. It's from Sean said, it's a lot easier if your claim is presumptive. Yeah, that's true. Hi, you just got triggered, Sean. You say, okay, here we go. October says, so if you pay a lawyer to represent you, you lack integrity just because you hired an expert? Couldn't some of these claim consulting companies be considered experts? Because there are some lawyers that are unaccredited. Oop, did I tell too much? Now, John say, why are people in this chat defending fraud with excuses like, oh, it's hard to do it with the VA, so it's okay to do it that way? Okay. That's like when they say, oh, the government wastes money, so on many things, why not? Okay. Ooh, I ain't gonna be able to keep it for veterans. Okay. So I can't stand that have integrity. Okay, fam, I'm gonna get going on this because y'all going with it. I'm just gonna have to pull y'all comments up. Y'all can comment to each other. We'll get on with it. Hopefully I can get through with this in the next 30 minutes. I'll read the short ones. It's true presumptives are easier claims. But I'm gonna put y'all stuff on the board. Now that's a good one. Why are you assuming it's all fraud, John Michael? Now that's a good one. Then Charles say, John Michael, I've seen Vietnam Army in country get denied for Agent Orange and died waiting on a rating. Now, what you got to say about that, John Michael? Now, no one is defending fraud and not saying that you condone, anything. You just have your opinion. I respect that. Now they saying, okay, not accredited ones. Okay. Now, family, I'm about to pull it back up. We talked about the easy route. Let's go with it. Uh-oh, there we go. Family. Y'all thought H-Town got these slides together. You know what's up. Family, there used to be 5 ways you could do it. 4 and 5 is kind of the same thing. But let's say, let me know when you got your claim done. Listen, I'm saying you can put, we don't have a 7 on the screen. If you did your claim yourself, put 7. But if you had an accredited claims agent that's accredited with the VA, do your claim, put 1. They usually request 20% of your back pay, but you have to be denied at least 1 time. Accredited lawyers, they request 20% of your back pay. They really don't like dealing with you unless that back pay peels up. That's why I learned, because they ain't gonna make no money. So it might take long. Let me know which ones you use. Number 3, unaccredited lawyers. Whoever use if you use more than 1, put the numbers. Number 4, veteran service organizations like the Texas Veteran Commission, DAV, Disabled Veterans of America, Veteran of Foreign Wars, VFW. Also, what's the other one? American Legion. Now let's see. The real Gemini used accredited lawyer, accredited claims agent, accredited with the VA. When we saying that, J. Oliver used number 7. He did it himself. Number 7 is do it yourself. We don't have it on the screen, so put 7 if you did it yourself, and you can put whatever numbers you did. October 2025 vet. Number 6 started with unaccredited claims company. What was your experience with that unaccredited claims company? Did you have a bad experience? Let us know. Now, Betty said she did number 7. She did it herself. Then Grace did number 4. She had a veteran service organization. Okay. John Michael say, he said, okay, Mon, do you use fraudulent information? Y'all just go ahead. Sorry, started with 5 and did 7. That's for he's doing a correction, or October doing a correction. Started with a state or county government. Charleston say number 5, state or county government, because they offer help for veterans with their claim for free. So does the Veteran Service Organization. That's why I'm surprised so many people go to for-profit companies. Look, what's the name? Say the real Gemini say, oops, number 4, veteran service officer. Okay, like VSO. Then we have Martin say number 4. A lot of people used veteran service officer. I said it earlier. I can't say your name now. Solaris. Solaris says 4, veteran service officer. And we're talking about American Legion, DAV, organizations like that do your claims for free. Now, Big Rock says, I got to go, y'all, tonight, except you, John. Just kidding. It's good to have some back and forth. Yes, indeed. So 66 says, we're going to try to be out here in the next 30 minutes, hopefully. Says number 5. OT say, last 2 claims. Okay. Number 5. Mountain say, use number 7. Did it themselves. Martin say, no, I don't, John. Do you? Okay. Then everybody show love to Montney Lake says VFW number 4. Okay. Then we have the bro typist say that to use number 7. Did it themselves. I'm surprised that so many people did their claims themselves. That's really surprising to me. I think I wouldn't feel that confident. And I don't know how did you read? I didn't know where to read. Benny say 4. Use a VSO. 2. Let's see. He say use 2 for the VBA. Okay, 2. So you use an accredited lawyer. How did y'all know when it was time to use a lawyer? John say, guys, these claim companies are going to end your benefits, some defending them. Oh, you stay for a few minutes. Then we got our whatchamacallit in here. Then we got Solaris. We are poor. Then we have Sean say number 7. They did it themselves. Everybody show love to Raider HQ. On a side note, there are a couple of updates in California for SB 694. Any claim companies located in California are going to have some problems. I know you're probably busy, but I already sent you the link in case you want to come up and share that with us, brother. Thank you. Everybody show love to Raider HQ. If not, you can just put it in the chat because you are welcome, because I would love to know about that. Sean, 7 and 2. So you did it on your own and you had an accredited lawyer. Anybody use the unaccredited lawyer? Neither filed directly. Okay. Benny G. Then San Diego Marine say accredited claims agent. Okay. Charleston say, Raider, glad to you made it. It's John is here. Be nice, John. John been kind of cool. Everybody showing love to Raider. Thanks for the update. And thank him for the update. Thank you, brother, for the update. Now, John Michael says, the one thing I'll never agree with coming out of California. I don't understand. Why wouldn't you agree with that? That's confusing. That's a good thing, ain't it? I thought you were against these companies. San Diego say number 2, accredited lawyers too. Say Night Big Rock, yes indeed. Everybody, Raider in here saying, hey y'all, Betty Bob say 48 likes and 41 watching. And Raider say, hey y'all, Raider, missed you, bro. Oh man. I didn't think I'd ever hear that. Can I put that back up again, Raider? Raider, he said, miss you, Raider. Please, everybody save this video. Screenshot. I think they will just base themselves out of state. That's interesting. All right, now let's see what we got in here. The Mountaineers say knowledge is confidence. Confidence is power. Power is higher percentage. Woo! Sounds like a slogan. And when y'all say something directly to people, when you put the at symbol, I won't read it. Raider says, today is my off day. I'm not feeling well. I'm just here showing my support. Brother, don't stay too long because you gonna see something. You ain't gotta come up, but you might see some in these next slides. Raider, everybody's showing Raider. Now let's get to it. Let's see. Doing my claim was doing months of YouTube and reading, and lots of denials and reading and doing over VHA, going over VHA notes, M21, CFR 38. Now I want to ask y'all a question. Put YT in the chat. Hold on. Why? What is it? YouTube is Y to YouTube. Okay, now we got our brother Raider HQ. We not trying to bring you out of retirement, brother. We're not trying to bring you out of retirement. Huh?
Sorry.
Listen, this guy has been dropping names. I told him, I read it one time, but you can't keep beating up. That's a fellow Texan. He might be on the indictment, brother, but talking about my fellow Texas brother. This guy is something else. Now, brother, what's going on? Tell us about what's happening with that situation.
Well, the California, the SB, what is it, 694?
Mm-hmm.
That one is an anti-claim shark law that was actually enacted, I believe, early this year, just not too long ago, but in 2026. And I can think of one company that ends in com that currently is based out of California, and they've probably got some problems.
Why? Because you don't think they're going to, because of what they've done already, or you think they're not going to, because they got evidence that they are done some shady things?
Well, I don't know about any kind of shady thing. Well, they say they do things that are clearly not on the up and up. Actually, you're not supposed to log into somebody else's va.gov thing. That's a solid no across the board.
Oh boy.
Right. So, I mean, if they're actually doing that, that's hearsay, right? I don't know that for sure, but I think they actually brag that they do that they actually go into your claim and file it for, go into your va.gov and file it for you. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not talking smack about them. I'm just saying that they're out of California, and that law basically was almost directly, in my mind, targeting them. So, and it passed. So it is a thing now. So unfortunately for them, they're going to have to take kind of action. And
Hello? I can't hear you, brother.
Are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, sorry.
And they're going to take action. So goes California, so goes the United States?
No, but it's going to probably disrupt their business. Right? I don't know if they'll be able to take clients from California. I don't know if that means that they have to move their business out of California. Well, yeah, but if they move out of state, they have actually a physical footprint in California. So, I mean, yeah, they can technically do a lot of things, but I don't know what that's going to look like for them.
That could be wire fraud. Couldn't that be wire fraud if they talk to people from California across the lines?
That is well outside of my knowledge base. I don't know what it is. I just think that it's interesting, but also concerning for them, and this is one of those situations where that's California doing it, so I don't know how diligent California is going to basically say, you can't do that here. You can't park here, type thing. You can't park here, and they're parking there. So I don't know what that's going to look like for them. But
okay, I want to ask you a question. Is it because of many of these for-profit companies have solutions that are systematic in their approach? Does that come across as fraud? Because they have a, is that the problem?
Well, No, I mean if you go from the top down, right? Like you're only supposed to be an accredited organization or person that helps a veteran file a claim. However, there are some exceptions to that. Like you technically can help a person, but then there's this thing where it used to be a criminalized thing to where you couldn't help a veteran. You had to, and then they decriminalized it.
About
And
06.
yeah, there's a whole lot of moving parts to it that I personally haven't invested much time in really researching. But the way I think about it, and I do want to apologize to MCM because she has a good point where I am critical of VSOs, but the only reason why I'm critical of VSOs is because if there wouldn't be a problem with claim sharks if the VSOs were trained up, and that's not their fault, right? Like a lot of the time, it's not their fault.
Okay.
So, and like I'll sing it from the rooftops that I have nothing but admiration and respect for MCM because MCM wants to better herself on a daily basis. She's not just content with pushing a piece of paper, but some VSOs are, and it's not equivalent across the board what kind of representation you will get. And sadly enough, MCM is the exception and not the rule.
Now, I was surprised to hear you say something like that. Now,
why?
Because I thought y'all worked with VSOs a lot. I thought y'all had like this working relationship.
No.
I didn't know.
No,
Let's say stop it. I'm blushing.
But see, that's the misunderstanding. This is where, and the reason why I popped on here is because this is one of those opportunities to correct something that is highly misunderstood, is how connected the process is. MCM can probably talk to you about it and say that, hey, look, once she files the paperwork, beyond that, yes, she can track down who's touching it, who's moving it, who's whatever, but there's very little influence that they have over the actual process. Or it's not like we check in with one another. That doesn't happen. Yeah, they don't work for the VA.
But sometimes I got confused because they're in the same office. Sometimes they're in the regional office, and that throws me off.
Exactly. So this falls back on communication, where communication as to how the process really works and has not been forthcoming. They haven't really explained the process in a detailed way to where the average veteran could have a working understanding of what's under the hood type situation. And it leaves a lot of veterans to speculate. They speculate on how what happens once you file a claim. They speculate on how claims actually get processed. That's where you can have these quasi experts come out and go, hey, look, this is how the raters think. And there is something about that specific topic that just pisses me off. Actually, in all seriousness, it does, because I somebody that's never worked the job before, it'd be like me saying, this is how a nuclear physicist thinks, and it's right. I've never been a nuclear physicist. So what the hell am I talking about? But there's nobody to fact check them, so they get to say just the weirdest nonsense. And yeah, MCM does need to come on sometime for a few and give us MCM's perspective.
Yes, indeed. You definitely welcome VA level emails and such.
We'll make you famous.
Indeed. Now, I'll make you famous.
Yeah, no, you remember that. Yeah, you remember that, right?
Yes, indeed. Now,
but in a good way.
You ain't got to mention the name here, but I use one example. This is something I went over before. Trajectory Medical. They don't put medical on there anymore. Their new name, I believe, is just Trajectory. We never charge any fees unless you receive a benefit from our service. So that comes across as very intriguing. Okay.
Yeah, motivated for an outcome, right? That's not a very good business model if you don't win, right? How can you guarantee that? That's my question. How can you guarantee that and that be legitimate?
But it's almost like lawyers. Lawyers say,
yeah.
They say you don't. Sometimes they say we don't get nothing unless you win. Now they say they don't use the claim represented at the hospital and the ones in the state. Now dealing with their go ahead.
Actually, I just want to say something. Like, I'm not feeling the best tonight, so if I take a swing at somebody, I don't mean to be taking a swing at anybody.
Man, talk, brother, talk.
Well, these companies and whatnot, like, I'm trying to be neutral. Like, I was on the live stream with the Civ Div. I want to say it's my days are blurring together.
Hold on, when did y'all had a live stream? When was the collab? Let me know when it was.
I think it was yesterday, in which we kind of went over. Yeah, we kind of went over what the actual definitions of fraud were, and we kind of talked about some stuff. And my perspective, kind of with the companies and whatnot, I don't have any formal associations with any kind of companies, with any kind of anything. The channel doesn't have any kind of, like, because I told you guys that if I do some education stuff, I will announce that to you guys just as a kind of, transparency type thing.
Yeah. So, yeah.
But the channel... Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead and finish up.
I was just going to say that the channel doesn't have any kind of... Like, some people are like, man, like, that's going to hurt. And I'm like, it's not going to hurt me. Like, because I'm trying to make nice with companies and whatnot, not because I want to partner with them or anything like that, but just because I want it to be about the information and not about fighting with another group or company or nonsense. But yeah, my channel currently isn't associated with anybody.
Now, and I don't think, yes, indeed, I don't think it's no big deal. Just talking about it and getting it clear, because look, this is their purpose. They say this is because they were the most forthcoming. This is the one making over 250 million. They kind of didn't want to go into the details how much it was, but they put most information before Congress. Medical consulting service offered by Trajectory, identifying veterans' current medical symptoms. Anything that kind of throws a red flag, let us know, which you or concerns you a little bit. You ain't got to mention it if you don't want to. Map those symptoms to potential medical disabilities. Mapping.
I don't like that. Like, that right there doesn't look. Well, no, think about it this way, right? Like, there's the legal side of the fence, and then there's a medical side of the fence. There's a reason why contracted CMP examiners do not know that much about how the ratings are actually rated, right? All they know is, what are the symptoms, and then I give it to the rater, and the rater translates the symptoms into the rating. When you have a doctor that is looking at stuff, like, they should just be reporting stuff and just marking what you have and doing the evidentiary review, in my opinion. If they're doing more than that, then there's a kind of a bias there a little bit. Why are you looking to see what 60% looks like? I mean, I guess familiarizing yourself with the DBQs so that way you can know, okay, should I spend 10 minutes on this section? Or, this doesn't have anything to do with the rating, then I'm not going to waste my time. That I understand, right? Like, familiarizing yourself. But that's on a personal level. Like, if you're the medical consulting service, you would want to know what's important and accurately reflect it.
Okay, now listen to this one here. Leverage comprehensive data science to determine probability of a causal link between disability and military service.
That's fine.
And provide an independent rating evaluation confirming VA disability rating assignment is appropriate for the veteran existing symptoms.
Nope. And look, can I be
I didn't know what to do with that part. I didn't know what to do. That's why I'm asking you. That one that was a lot of word. Okay. Why you say no? Why you have such a vehement no on that?
Okay, because can I be honest with you guys for just a second? Can I, like, whenever I rated, I was even keeled. But there was one thing that I did not take kindly to. Like, I'm a pretty easygoing kind of guy. You could cuss me out. You could do whatever. But there was one thing that if you want to not piss me off, but if you want to have me not be objective and neutral, it's whenever an examiner starts telling me how to rate something. This is 60%. And I'm like, you need to stay in your lane, Hoss, because that's not for you to determine. You start stepping onto my side of the fence, I'll start stepping onto your side of the fence, and you ain't gonna like it.
The words that say independent rating evaluation. So they're doing their pre-rating
Yes.
model.
Yeah, they're saying like,
I
yeah,
think
that's what they're saying.
Oh,
no, that's why
Lord.
it pisses me off, is because it's like, no, this veteran, this right here is 60%. And I'm like, no. And once again, if God, I don't want to scare the shit out of you guys, but if you have somebody where a doctor is telling the rater what percentage it is, they're so fucking far out of bounds that is an indication of fraud for me.
My Lord.
Because why the fuck are you looking at that? That has nothing to do with you, like that. Yeah. Sorry.
Let me ask you, and I'm gonna let you finish. Should the company that's doing it be communicating with the doctor about what the rating should be or not? This is what boy.
Okay, that's where, I'm not going to say their names, but there's a couple of litigations currently going on between a claims company with a built-in doctor situation. Look, how do you retain objectivity? If there's a fee to have a claims company do a certain kind of, hey, look, I'm going to do this review. Like the CivDiv did a very good explanation on his video in which he talked about he went through the court case that's currently against one of those companies. If you haven't watched it, I suggest you do.
Do you know the name of the video?
Oh, I will go find it, sir. Okay. That video is one where, oh my gosh, because they have it to where they're making stuff up, is what the reported statements were. And it's a lot of bit alarming.
Now, the real Gemini is saying, is this like the ambulance chasing lawyers with their own doctors to fit the injury to maximize insurance claim? Oh, this is disheartening. Please don't agree with the real Gemini. Oh Lord, that's disheartening.
I mean,
this is another ambulance chasing scam.
But that is what we're kind of talking about here. Is okay. There it is. VA is cracking down on. Let's see here. I'll still find.
If you need to pull it up, just let me know.
I can't figure out his videos right now, but
because Rader was saying the problem is these all-in-one companies where they help prepare your claim, supposedly not helping prepare it, but they help you assist you with your claim, and they have the medical staff, and Trajectory is one that does. Now look what John Michael say. This is why I respect Rader.
What? Well, I don't have a dog in the fight, right? Like I don't have a dog in that fight. So it's easy for me to be able to say these things. I mean, because I'm probably shutting doors to myself in the future. But
no, but quality companies will come to you that you can train them, and I don't see no problem with that. Even if something happened, they don't do the right thing, you train them the right way, so nobody have an excuse.
Oh, okay. It might not be, the video might not be out yet. So it might have been a situation where they ran it by me and I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh, he's telling an exclusive. Yeah. We didn't erase your brain. So all in one, what is your biggest problem with these all in one companies? You don't have one that you can agree with, one that you could give a pass.
I'll be honest with you. I don't know that much about I don't know that many companies. I haven't really researched it, to be quite honest with you. I know a few of the big heavy hitters, right? But I do know that it's hard to be objective. Like if you have no stopgaps, like what's the stopgap to say, hey, look, I want to know statistically an all-in-one company that has both the claims advising consulting portion and the medical opinion portion. How many times have they said no? Nope.
There's
nothing
be
here.
Top secret. That's going to be
nothing
top
here.
Secret. They won't release that information. I don't know if they released it to Congress.
You know, John Michaels, I'm actually thinking maybe I might become a VSO in the future. Honestly, I don't know. Like, I haven't really thought about it. Um, I I'm not well, John Michaels.
I
So
want you to get better, brother.
I just mean that for I get sick too easy. So sometimes I might not be able to endure that job. But I was going to reach out to MCM to see what kind of, if there's any kind of virtual VSOs, because I can't go into the office. I get too sick too easy. And so I don't know if there are any kind of virtual VSOs. I might do that. Who knows?
She say you would get bored. She say Raiders too far ahead of VSO level. John Mike, you get bored, but I think you like helping people. It depends.
I do.
Give
I
him
love
the
helping
information. MCM, give him the information. He might see it.
Yeah.
I still see it, pigs.
But
So go ahead.
well, I was going to ask what was the question that you had? Like, what about these all-in-one companies? I just think that like perception is reality, right? Like, so if it's hard to perceive how this company is going to be authentic and genuine, you know, it could look worse than what it is, you know, like it could. But there are different flavors to this. There are companies that are consulting companies that have nothing directly to do with medical establishments. There are also medical establishments that have nothing to do directly with claim companies. They might refer to one another, but I don't think that's the same of I have it built into where everybody's getting a W-2 from the same company name. That's where geez, John Michael, you calm down. As you were.
Oh Lord, stand down, disengage.
As you were.
Oh Lord. Take a cold shower. Cold shower.
Negative Ghost Rider. The pattern is full.
I didn't mean to put that up. I didn't read that second part. See, brother, I want to know this is H-Town's process of claims. Yours might be different. Focus on what you're claiming, the evidence, the law to back it up, submit the claim, then get your diagnosis all the way up to exam. Are you saying if companies get you all the way up to getting that private DBQ on the public platform outside, that's kind of taking it too far? What can they help you with? Focusing on what you're claiming, gathering evidence. What would not be fraud?
Well, okay. In my opinion, the thing, like if you were to take my videos and the how are they rated type situations, and you were to take those and utilize those, like that education on how to claim, how to file a claim, maybe how like that knee is organized. So you're like, oh, okay, I see what they care about. Okay, so these are my symptoms. I just need to organize it differently. If you've ever seen anybody on my channel that's like, hey, look, I got this percentage thanks to you. The majority of the time it's thanks to how you told me how to organize my evidence, right? So it's honestly like if I were to start a company, which I wouldn't, that's what it would be like. It would be like, hey, look, how have you previously, you know, some of the most important information that veterans need is how is it possible that this can get service connected? I've tried this way and this way. Are there any other ways that it can potentially be service connected? Oh, yes, there are. Okay, what are those? You know, like in a lot of claims companies do education like that, where they teach the veteran, okay, you understand that there's 10 different ways that you can claim this. You've only done 2. That's education. That's not leading the witness in any way, shape, or form. If your evidence supports that outcome, then that's between you and a doctor. That's how some of the claim companies can honestly have great advice for a fee that educate the veteran so that way they can never have to use them again or something like that. I mean, I get behind that, right? The same way that I get behind me putting out videos trying to help people for free. And I'm not conflicted, John Michaels.
What is he talking about? You conflicted? What are you talking about?
He said I isn't conflicted. So I don't have any formal relationships or anything like that. Like and John Michaels, to my detriment.
But you should be able to have relationships with companies. That doesn't make you that's why I think you can be able to do it the right way, bro. Because the problem is, you said when they have these doctors on payrolls at these for-profit companies, that's a conflict of interest.
Yeah. I'm thinking about potentially doing trainings of some kind, an education focused thing. Nothing to do with like helping anybody. Like I've got an LLC for my YouTube, just for my intellectual property, because
Okay.
I'm concerned about it. But I've also got another LLC that I'm doing for like education, maybe to train VSOs, or something like that. I don't know. I haven't thought it out much yet, but I got to do something, because if I don't, then I'm going to be kind of weird. You know,
Yes.
I'll be stir crazy. But
You'd be stuck here. So what is going to keep you? What keeps you? What do you think situation you don't feel comfortable with that would give you a conflict of interest?
I feel like directly partnering with, like, I have to be careful about how I say this because I don't want to alienate people, but
You
like,
don't have to answer it because I don't want to mess up.
no, it's not like that. Like, if other content creators have deals with other people, that's fine.
Yes.
That's their intellectual property. That's their brand. That's their whatever. I'm not going to fault them for what they do. I'm just choosing a different path, right? Like, for me, I have a different internal sense of what a conflict of interest would be for the channel. And I have decided that this will be a pure environment that is not influenced by outside sources.
This is a good one. The real Sir Jim and I say, why can't you get certified and accredited to train all those county VSOs? Magic.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I mean, the future has many doors open to it, to me at least, potentially. Maybe. I mean, why? It might have to do with the logistics of it.
Okay.
Maybe it's an
okay.
in-person thing, and I can't do that at this moment. Like, I'm not.
I understand.
I have a lot of challenges, so that would be my limitation.
Understandable.
But honestly, like, I enjoy doing live streams with everybody. I enjoy doing live streams with you, and podcasts, and I enjoy educating people and kind of giving my 2 cents on it. This has been fun.
I like how you go around. You go to see a Dib channel. You go to you went to other people. I see you everywhere. Who's that? You was on the channel with Kimball. You over here with me. You hanging with the homies. We sipping Kool-Aid. It's all good, bro.
But see, this is my social interaction, because I suffer from crippling agoraphobia. Yeah, I can leave my house for short periods of time and whatnot, but like, I'm like any other veteran, guys. I got my struggles, I got my challenges, and this to me is therapy. Like, talking with you guys and helping people. I mean, that's the best thing I can ever do.
I had to take a little time off because I get upset. I got my niece was in a car wreck. She was in a car wreck with somebody.
Oh.
You know how they jumped across the front of another car. They were doing a turn and jumped right in front of her, and it messed the car, but she was okay. And I just, man, I get nervous. I know they 23, but these people drive crazy out here. And this girl was 16 years old. She got out giggling. Her and the other girl, they just little kids. And my niece was like, "What are y'all laughing about?" But when I went there, they were just little kids, and it worked out.
Yeah.
So,
no, I was thinking, like, I was looking today because I was just sick and kind of looking on the computer, like maybe trying to connect with like Wounded Warrior or something like that. Because
yes,
I still want to give back. I don't know what that's going to look like, but
you got this. You got the information, the talent. Raider is the glue. You don't realize how much of the glue you are. Yes, he is. When I get my food stamp dome, I'm gonna do something real nice for you. You hear what I said? Now listen. I gotta make you laugh a little bit because I know you're not feeling well. Because when I got sick, I was sick for a couple of months. Yeah. Lord, Houston drivers are the worst in Dallas. Yeah, I've been to Dallas. This worse here in Houston. They crazy down here.
Now, I'll say, John Michaels, they're not all 100%, right? But it's like, it's like anything else. If you know how to do something, you know how to do it, right? Like, and you know what it takes to get there. A lot of that information that that I share with you guys, that's information that we're taught up front that just doesn't get disseminated down. It doesn't trickle down to the veteran population.
No.
And that's why I have my channel. Now, John Michaels, I know that you think that sometimes I am a bad person for sharing that information, but it's meant from a good place. Like, it's meant to help the majority of veterans who are good people that just don't understand the process, and not intended to help the bad actors in the community.
That's
so
what
I hope that you can understand that.
Like San Diego Marines say, don't hate the player, hate the game, because I know what you're feeling that about him putting the information out, but you can't deny putting the information out because some bad actor is going to take the information and do something bad with it. Now, what do you feel about, and this is something strong I've had an issue with. Take your time, brother.
No, go ahead.
Obligations. I'm conflicted when people get with these for-profit companies, and you let us know in the chat, when you sign the contract, I feel like you obligated. Then people want to come back. Oh, once they get their money, they don't want to give them their part. That's what happens when you obligate yourself to these companies. What you say, should they read the fine print, or should the government step in and stand for the veteran?
I mean, I have a really weird take on this, but if the VA wouldn't have to go to such extremes, like the claims companies would go away tomorrow if the VA educated the veteran, if the VA educated the VSO, if there was skill at every single open door to file a claim, if there was a certain level of skill there, there would be no claims companies. Also, if they also trained the CMP examiners to a specific degree, there wouldn't be any private medical opinion companies. Because, I mean, people have made some pretty solid arguments for saying, hey, whoa. Why don't you turn this BI program inward at your CMP companies or your CMP examiners at the VA and see how many times they copy and paste things?
Oh, they was talking about that earlier.
Why don't we do that? And I mean, that's a persuasive argument. I am not in disagreement with that argument. But the VA has the final say. The VSO, well, I want to say the VSO organizations, not the individuals. This comes down to it's a problem that they made themselves, that veterans have had to work around, right?
Yes, like, work around. That's the good word.
It is a workaround. Like, how many times have you been, like, you can even take examples that don't even have the private providers, the private outside companies. How many times have you had the same evidence, you get denied? The same evidence, you get denied. The same evidence, you get denied. Then you do it again, and then you get granted, and you're like, wait a minute. If it was fucking possible here, how the fuck is it not possible then?
Because consistency. That's what, when I put up the main issues people had with the VA, it was consistency. Well, with results of claims.
I just get really sick and tired of the examiner saying it's not medically possible. And me knowing in my head, I've granted that 600 fucking times. Yes, it is very possible. And examiners have made more persuasive arguments in favor of that. So you can't use that argument. I wish, like, oh man, if I could just get under the hood of the VA, I would start working. I mean, like, this nonsense for it's not medically possible. Okay, if it's not medically possible, then 10 out of 10 doctors need to say that it's not medically possible. If you think it's not medically possible, then I need a tiebreaker. I need 3 separate reviews. I know that will cost money, but it will cost a hell of a lot less money to do 3 separate examinations from 3 separate providers that are from 3 separate organizations. 2 out of 3 wins. Best out of 3.
Why can't they say we let the veterans down, and this is how we let them down? We did not inform the veteran. And I know that sounds crazy, though. I hope my stuff makes sense. Look, you know it from the inside, so it's tripping you out. You let the veteran down, and these are the steps we're going to take to regain confidence in the system.
Well, look, I have problems. Okay, and some of my problems are that you got Papa Bear, Doug Collins saying there is no fraud. You got OIG saying there's no fraud, but you got them making programs looking for fraud. Like they don't like they want to fix. Like it feels like this is what it feels like. I have nothing to back this up. It feels like they want to hammer this down so the fraud nonsense goes away, but they don't want to take any accountability for there potentially being any fraud. They just want it to go away. So that's why I think Mr. Smith's jeez, John Michaels.
Was his statement, do you think he was coherent when he was talking?
I think he made a mistake. I think he wasn't supposed to talk about that. I think that right there, like, okay, frontline staff didn't know about that program. Nobody knows about that. Like that program came out of nowhere. That thing
he said the quiet part out loud.
He said something, in my opinion, he shouldn't have. Because Doug Collins gets before a camera. He'll tell you anything, right? Mm-hmm. He'll tell you everything. Like when asked, like I would have wanted to know that 6 months ago. Hey, look, we're organizing this thing. This is what it looks like. Like I put out 2 shorts today, short videos, minute-long videos in which I said, hey, look, where's the transparency of the organization? Why not get in front of this, say, hey, look, guys, this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be creating a program. It's a BI program. It's going to be this, this, and this. Yes. This is what it's going to be searching for. This is what we're going to be doing. This is why we're doing it. I like the whys. I'm a why kind of person. Give us a full detailed, like you're the adult in the room. Give us the full detailed explanation like you sound like you have control of this process. Do not drop a dime in the middle of a congressional meeting and just arbitrarily say half a sentence that freaks everyone the hell out.
With no explanation behind it.
Yeah. And then you have it to where, like, Mr. Smith said that stuff. And then I'm waiting for, okay, someone will catch this. Why is it that the talking heads on YouTube, like you and me, you know, like we're just average people, right? We're not journalists. We're not anything. Why is it that we catch it and go, whoa, what's going on here? That's pretty scary talk. Can you tamper that down officially, VA? Can you put a lid on that? No, you're not going to? Okay. Advocates, where are you? VFW, if you could shut down the bar for 10 minutes, can you come up here and ask them some questions maybe about what the hell's going on?
They're silent right now. They silent on this.
Well, there's somebody with 6 figures. H-Town.
Yes.
This is what frustrates me. A lot of veterans give a lot of money to these organizations, and no offense, right? Like they do a lot of different things. They've got their thumbs in a lot of pies, or their fingers in a lot of pies. Fair enough. But I'll guarantee you somebody's making 6 figures at each one of these organizations whose job it is to figure out what the hot button topics are, and they're all asleep at the wheel. And to me, I want my advocates to be advocating for us, to figure out what that is, to maybe say, hey, look, that sounds scary and it doesn't sound like a good idea. What are you doing that for? What are you going to use that for? You just got done telling us that you weren't going to use AI in any part of this. Then you say that you're going to, and now you're going to implement it? Like, what's going on, Doug? You kind of
Lord. Oh, so they got him in a bind because he said one thing. Has he spoke? Have anybody seen Dougie?
No.
Since this happened?
I haven't. Well, and I bet you that this. So and other people on my channel, like I've been getting worked pretty hard in the comments section about this, where it's like, hey, look, this is sorry, Zoe's talking to me currently.
Good night, MCM.
But I've been getting worked over in the thing talking about how, like, hey, look, this is this is this is that, this is, like, and I'm like, look, I don't care, because they're saying that, oh, well, this has to be above board. You get due process, you get whatever. I'm like, bullshit. If the VA decides to sever you, yeah, you get due process. Do you know what due process means, H-Town?
What?
It means that they delay taking action for 60 days to let you feel like you got a say in the matter.
How do you know what to say if you're not clear what they're doing with that pause time?
Well, they do have a process for it. So, like, if you're found to be fraudulent on something in any way, shape, or form, you get a proposal to sever or a proposal to reduce, depending on what the nature of the fraud was about. If you just embellished your symptoms, they might reduce you. If you lied about having the disease to begin with or the disorder, then they'll probably sever you.
Oh, okay.
So the problem with that is that if they're decided to sever you, there isn't anything on the planet that's going to change their mind in a fraud context. If you lie, like I have Agent Orange exposure from my time at Vietnam. Sir, you didn't get into the military until 1990. Type thing. Where there's no feasible possibility for it to be true.
People have been that blatant lying, and they're lying.
Yeah. And you know what? I know that the CivDiv caught a fuck ton of heat on this because he's not empathetic towards, like, the fraudsters. And I get that point for, like, legitimate fraudsters, but I'm always empathetic, and I don't disagree with him on that point, but I'm empathetic to the points of some people felt like they had to go to certain private medical providers because the VA pushed them that way. They didn't take like, there are some instances that I have personally seen where people out of desperation did desperate things.
Yes.
And I can kind of understand that to a point. I can see the duality with that's wrong, but I understand why you did it. Right. And I have empathy for those individuals.
The honeymoon is over with John Michael now. Listen, the mad researcher said, have you ever seen anything like this? Contracted CMP exams have been held, CMP exams in places like beauty salons, auto repair shops, warehouses. What are y'all talking about? Is it somebody punking me here?
No, it's because they're like 1099 employees. These examiners are, so they rent them a space wherever space is available.
Okay.
Yeah, they just see a person in chiropractic clinics, acupuncture, massage therapy clinics. Because you have to understand, in a certain area, they might not have 10 veterans a week that need a CMP exam. Sometimes it's like, oh, okay, we have 5 veterans in that area that need to have CMP exams. Let's rent somewhere for like a day or two, and let's run through all these CMP exams, and then they go away.
Now listen, John Michael, my opinion is there's a climate in desperation. It's clickbait, these desperate YouTube. Yeah, but people are desperate. When they're not getting help from the VA, they're going to seek alternative ways to do things.
Well, now I will say, John Michaels, the problem with this is that it hasn't been enacted, but in front of Congress, under penalty of perjury to Congress, the VA is also denying, like, they're not signing up for that law, that bill that was put forward. They're like, look, we're against it because we're doing this. So that BI program, it's not AI, it's BI. The BI program is something that the VA is doing behind the scenes that is getting put into effect in the near future. It hasn't went live yet. That's why catching things now, advocating now, going, wait a minute, I want to know what you're doing with this thing before you turn it on. Like, why are you doing that?
How far down the VA did people know? Do you think any of the regional office supervisors or directors knew, or it didn't get that far down?
I
This
couldn't tell
BI.
you. The ivory tower is so far from where I was. Some of like the regional directors might know. Like they
Okay.
might know because, but this, once it gets plugged in, what'll happen is the average veteran that submits a claim and submits a private DBQ, once they submit it after this thing goes live, what'll happen is that review will happen before it's ever assigned to anybody. If it'll be like the TSA. So if the thing is found to be fraudulent, if the DBQ or medical opinion is found to be fraudulent upon submission, that claim will be taken aside, like at the TSA, for a special review. If it passes the special review, then it'll be put back into the normal claims process.
Okay.
If not, it'll be given to the OIG. So that's how it's going to work. It'll be at claim submission. So all the fraud stuff will be reviewed for and before it even kind of starts its own claim process.
Now, brother, the word's getting out there, and you doing this thing because somebody's gonna end up calling you. It's my true belief that you're gonna end up being called. Now, my question, hold on, where is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
Now,
this is trajectory that what they had. They had like if had different type of claims, so they just have like, wow, if a client at 30% is being paid $450 increase to a temporary 100%. This is real talk now. Being paid $3,000 with an effective period of 13 months, $2,550 times 13 equals $33,150 times 20%. Add another $6,630.
Are you fucking
at a
shitting
standard?
me?
Yeah. I wasn't making this stuff up. I blew it up, family. This what was on their site. I don't know if they took it down.
CUNE claims are 450 times 15 months equals 6,750 times 25%. So added to the standard fee. Well, what's the standard fee? Okay, I mean CUNE claims those are challenging.
Okay.
I mean, I'll get that, but that's still a lot of money. So appeals and non-conforming claims. So that was $450 times 6,000 times 10, 650 added to the standard fee. What's the standard fee? Is it
I think I clipped it. It was from up top. I had the whole thing, but I'm just telling you.
Pay 5 times 700 per month increase. I mean that's a lot of zeros and stuff, man. Like math, like my math is not mathing currently, but am I an idiot? Like there's some people like I think I'm just too naive, honestly.
900 times 5 equals 4,000. So that they saying wow.
I mean 4,000 plus 6,000 plus all this other 1,000, like. And people are paying it. Like,
and
I feel
why do you
stupid.
think they're so willingly paying it? Most of them are willingly paying it because they say at least I have.
Thing.
But then they getting hit with their back pay heavy, and they might even owe more money. And these contracts, they are going to what do you call that thing? They may have to go to arbitration or litigation.
Litigation, yeah.
So would you consider them being people not in the individual company? Is it kind of suspicious calling them? It is possible they're claim sharks if they're working around the law, but there's no law right now, other than they're saying they're not preparing claims, but are they really for the veteran?
I mean, look, there's a psychological principle here that if you don't charge money for something that has no value.
Yes.
And that's what we're dealing with. So like whenever you go to an attorney, the one that charges the more money is the better one, right? Like that's the way a lot of people think. So that's the psychology of this. So you have it to where the VSOs are doing this for free, and obviously they have training issues. So veterans are conditioned classically, like Pavlov's slobbering dogs, that if it's free, it's useless, it's worthless. Like some VSOs, not all of them, of course, but that's kind of what we're dealing with here, where these companies have, you know, they've gotten dialed into the fact that veterans equate charging money for something as having a value.
And
Now,
they sell that. Yes.
Yeah, and they do sell that, where, oh man, a CUNE costs this extra money, which a CUNE, I mean, like, I've helped, I want to be careful how I say this. I've helped people that have sent me emails. I have said, hey, look,
Right.
look at this. Hey, look at this. I think you're talking about this manual reference right here. Hey, these are the criteria for a CUNE. I won my own CUNE, right? Like, I have a CUNE personally. I won it. They're not hard if you know what you're doing. It's like going to a mechanic with your car and it's not working and you need it fixed. Going to a mechanic is probably the best thing that you can do. The problem that I have with a lot of these companies is, what makes you certain that you know what the hell you're talking about? Have you ever worked at the VA? No, I haven't, but I know a lot of things. Okay, cool.
They're using terms that the average veteran is not familiar with. Go ahead.
I mean, yeah. I mean, and San Diego Marine kind of hit it on the head there when they said they are taking advantage of desperate veterans. Now, desperate for what, though? Desperate for education on how the system works? Fair enough. That's what my channel's about. My channel, look, I'm going to talk shit about myself. My channel takes advantage. You watch my videos because you don't know how the system works. Now, for me, I'm an idiot, and I only, charge you the admission of watching a commercial or two. And
you're not an idiot, man, and you're not taking advantage. John Michael, don't try to say he's not taking advantage of anybody. Go ahead.
But I am an idiot but I'm a happy idiot. I don't, I'm happy with what I'm doing. I'm dumb and happy. But I don't know. Like, it's just one of those things where, if the VA improved their training process, if the VA improved the overall claims process, all of this would go away. There would be no companies. There would be no competition because the process is done right.
But the question is, my brother, here's the question. This the nagging thing. Will for-profit claims companies become unstoppable as veterans' distrust for the VBA grows? I don't think it's getting any lower, because when you go with these companies, you're like in cruise control. We're going to handle everything. You just sit back and relax. We're in the waiting room, bro, chilling with grapes.
Okay. How about this? They had a few bills. I don't know that much about them. But if veterans want these claims companies so bad, why not incorporate them into the process? Right? Like, they had a bill for that. They had a bill that would make all these non-accredited agencies accredited and then regulate how much they could charge. I mean, some of this shit, desperation is too far. Lola and Luna. Stan the Rooster. But, well, I am an idiot.
No, you're not, bro. Don't say that. You good people.
Well, yeah, but good people are often taken advantage of. Like, there's a hustle out here, and I have no shame in that. Like, there's different levels of hustling out here.
But you're running people away that might get with you. I understand that, and you're supposed to, but you're so straightforward with it, and you trying to walk straight on a crooked road out here, because so many they feel that you're a traitor in many ways, because they know that if they had your knowledge, you would. What would
they do with it? What would they do with it?
Oh, but you would give them credibility, and they would use it. They would say to help veterans win their claims.
But I don't know. Like, I served my country, but that's all I did. I don't think I'm a patriot. I just think that there just needs to be more voices. That's why I love talking with people.
Yes.
Like, to me, I love having conversations about things. I love educating. I love all that stuff. But like H-Town Vet, you're growing. Have you seen your channel lately?
Yeah,
You're growing, my friend.
I guess it is. Yeah, it's going a little bit there. It's growing a lot, and I thank you for
You had a
being
couple
a
hundred?
big part of it. Huh?
Yeah,
I
I got
got
a couple hundred
a couple hundred. What?
more subscribers.
Yeah, I didn't realize it because I only see it in segments. Yeah, I'm almost going toward 3,000. In that last live stream we did, I got like 20 subscribers in that one night.
Yeah.
And I didn't have to take no clothes off, man. This is amazing. Now, listen.
The struggle is real.
The struggle was real.